All right, I bought my 2021 Honda CRF250F. I used to have a 230 back in the day, but this is a 250, just to make clear. We're gonna do an oil change. I don't know how the last guy, when he changed the oil, but he did give me the oil for it. This is everything you'll need. You'll need 2 quarts of oil, an oil filter, a flathead screwdriver, a 12mm socket and ratchet, and you'll really only use like 1.7 quarts, I'm pretty sure, from what I've researched. And you'll need something to drain your oil into. All right, I'm cutting in right here. I said that's all you will need, but actually you need an 8mm socket as well to take the cap for the oil filter off. Your drain plug will be right here, your nut, and thankfully, I thank the Lord, you can see this little opening that this skid plate actually has an opening for the drain plug. And I'm so glad it does, because that would have been a pain to take off and get that back on. All right, my 12mm socket. Hopefully it doesn't splash on the GoPro. Golly, Mom, this thing's tight. It's, golly, Mom. There we go. Got that all over my hand, that was no fun. All right, as we're letting this drain here, I am going to go get some rags because I got my hand all oily and I don't want to be touching my GoPro, getting it all dirtied up. Next thing I'm going to do is take the flathead screwdriver. Oh crap, it's leaking a little bit. I'm going to take the flathead screwdriver and I'm going to take this off so it can breathe a little bit and let some oil, some air flow through, let more oil drain. I'm going to give it about 5 or 10 minutes and come back to it. Got myself some paper towels. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off with a flathead screwdriver, and it doesn't seem to be that tight, as I can tell. Whoop. There we go, and our dipstick. See that right there. Taking off the oil filter cap now. Be a little bit careful. It's a spring, not pressure. The spring's just pushing up against the oil filter. See here? Take it off, and there's that nasty old oil filter, and there's the spring. And you want to get something and wipe this out the best that you can. Here's a few paper towels. Stick these right down in here. Keep in mind, this oil filter has to go in a certain way. And on one side, it'll say this side and spring towards engine. I don't know if you can see that, it's right there. Whoop. That side will be going inwards like that. This side with a rubber washer will be going on this. And you gotta keep in mind, there's a hole right here and a hole right here. Those holes have to line up with those 2 holes, if you can see them. All right, so we're gonna line these 2 holes up right here with that hole and this hole. And stick it right in there, if I can do this right. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna put those nuts right back in there. Use your 8mm socket to tighten these things back up. I already put them most of the way on by hand. Just put that drain plug back up in there. I'm gonna wipe this off the best I can because I don't want my dirt bike being, it's a dirt bike. I guess it really doesn't matter if it's dirty, but I'm gonna make sure that's cleaned up pretty good so there's not oil everywhere. And I'm going to stick this bolt back up in there. Make sure you have your 13 millimeter socket, because I had forgot to change mine, and so now I'm getting it on. All right, let's get this back on here. There we go. I don't know how the other guy had it so tight, but I don't want to get as tight as he had it. Just a little bit right there. That should be good enough right there. I don't know if there's a certain amount of pounds you're supposed to put on that, but I don't have a torque wrench, so I'm not going to fool around with that. Next, we're gonna pour the oil inside there. 1.7 it should be about. So you check with a dipstick, make sure it's correct. You have to make sure the bike is standing upright as you check it, which is sort of a pain in the butt. Just sort of tilt it over, tilt it back down, unscrew it, see if it's good to go. And I forgot to get a funnel, and so I'm gonna go get a funnel real quick out of my building. Stick your funnel in there, open up your oil here. Now the next one, remember, don't pour the whole thing. You want about 0.7 of it, so about 3/4 of it in there. And hopefully that would be enough. Let me check it. Make sure to wipe off your dipstick real well. You want to be between those two bars, of course. Most people know that, but just in case you've never changed oil before, you want to tilt the bike up, straight up and down. Make sure it's standing upright. And it may not look level, but it is right now. Kick that back over. And let's take this back off and see where it is. And that looks right about perfect. It's right up to the line, if you can tell. So that's perfect right there. And that's it. And we'll give this baby, we'll start her up and see how she runs. After we tighten it with our flathead, don't forget about that. I about did. By the way, don't do it too tight, because that is just plastic, from what I can tell. All right, got all the oil change done. Let's start her up. All right. Got my mic mounted to my helmet, so I can take that on off. But there you go. That's how you change your oil in your 2021 CRF250F. Good to go.